Then get out of my apartment.
No, it's my apartment. Welcome back to Under Oath. Sarah Cara documented her landlord and his wife entering her apartment without cause, often tampering with cameras and personal belongings. She reports it to the police.
Police can't do anything.
Why not?
Because every lease, especially in apartment complexes, every lease has a section that allows the landlord to come into the apartment, and they usually have a
For
series
legitimate purposes.
of reasons
For
listed.
legitimate, like fixing and showing the apartment.
Correct.
Not to go through your panty drawer. We can agree this. That is not a legitimate purpose to go through her unmentionables.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like it would
Sniffing
be.
bed sheets does not qualify as a legitimate purpose.
Probably not. But
You know?
now it's not a criminal matter. Now it's a civil matter.
Is it a civil?
Because
is it a criminal trespass?
His reason for being there, you can't necessarily assume that he's there for a criminal intent because he's got actual legitimate reasons to be there.
Now, he's saying he fixed it. She installs cameras in her apartment. He walks in and starts throwing shirts over the camera, facing
Well,
the
you want me
cameras.
to take the
and other-
landlord's position?
No. I'm giving you more facts.
All
I'm
right,
giving you more facts.
but let me-
I don't want you to take his position.
Let me take his
No, I
position.
got his position
Oh, you do?
right now for a second.
Okay.
Cameras
then
get tilted.
get your client out of my client's apartment.
Camera gets tilted.
Why are you
He's
doing
moving
that?
the cameras
you just
around.
want to
He's
hide.
throwing shirts.
You just want to hide what you're doing.
What if I said, I didn't authorize you to take videos of me?
It's not your apartment.
I have quiet
I'm
enjoyment. I have
renting
quiet-
it.
I have quiet
I'm
enjoyment.
renting the apartment. It belongs to me for
Okay.
the length of time that I'm renting it.
As somebody, do I have a right to say I don't want to be filmed fixing your apartment?
No. You have no expectation of privacy when you're in my space. If you're in your space, sure. You can say, don't film me. And it's automatically presumed that you don't want me to film me if you're in some place where you have a reasonable expectation of privacy. You don't have that when you come into my place.
Well, since you have no evidence that I've done anything.
I got a video.
Hold on. You don't have video. You just have me moving
I got
your
a
cameras.
video of you moving the video so that I can't video what you're doing. That's just as good as
Really?
having a video of you doing bad stuff.
So a video of me not doing anything.
No, it's not nothing. No, you didn't do. It's not that you did nothing. You walked up to the camera.
I didn't want to be
and
on
put
camera.
a shirt.
I didn't want to be on camera.
Well, it's not up to you.
But does that mean I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing in the apartment?
It's an inference that you
An
were doing
inference.
something that
inference.
you weren't supposed to be
Why?
doing.
Because I don't want to be videoed?
Because you hid what you were doing.
No, I don't want to be videoed.
That means you were ashamed of what you were doing.
No, I don't like myself on camera.
Yeah, especially when you're sniffing panties. Of course, you don't like yourself on camera when you're doing that.
Well, of course not. It's not the point. The point is this. You can't prove I was doing something
I
I
can
wasn't
prove that you
authorized
were
to
doing
do.
something that you knew you weren't supposed to by virtue of the
Hold on,
fact
I
that you
wasn't
covered up
supposed
the
to do?
camera.
I just said I don't want to be filmed.
You're not supposed to sniff
I
panties.
don't want to be filmed.
It's not up to
I
you.
don't want to be filmed cleaning
Not
your
up to you.
toilet. I don't want to be filmed.
Cleaning up. The landlord broke in to clean
Yes.
her toilet.
She
Is
could
that what
have
you
a toilet issue. And I could have been the one fixing the duty in the toilet.
That's not what she said, though.
She's got to prove it.
She did prove it.
She didn't prove it. She just
She
showed me
has
moving
him
cameras.
on video coming in,
Moving cameras.
and moving the camera,
But that's
so
it.
that he can't be filmed
Hold on,
anymore.
Hold on. But that's it.
That's enough.
Okay, so what is it? A crime now? The moving of the camera proves the crime?
I would argue you could say that his moving the camera is his intent that he plans to do something that he's not authorized to do. If he's authorized to do it, he shouldn't care.
Well, there's a lot of inference in there.
No, one.
You see, no, the
One.
big inference. Well, he's obviously doing this, so you can't show he was doing this.
He knew that what was about to be filmed was not appropriate.
I don't like to be on camera.
Not a good enough reason.
Okay, criminal case.
Criminal case.
Criminal case. I get up there. They go, okay, he was committing a crime that we didn't catch because he turned the camera. So what crime was I doing?
Well, at least
We don't know. He
trespass.
was doing something wrong.
Well, he was there unauthorized.
Okay.
Obviously, you weren't there for the things that are enumerated on the lease. If you were, you wouldn't have screwed with the camera angle.
Now he does something now.
Now, if you are there, and I can prove that you were, because there's video of you moving the camera, and the only reason to move the camera is if you're doing something that's not authorized, therefore, trespass.
Okay, which is interesting. We're making an inference there that the reason why he moved the cameras was because he was going to doing something wrong. That's the inference.
Correct.
Okay. Could an inference also be made? The reason why she's filing all these complaints is because she hasn't paid her rent.
Oh, I didn't realize she didn't pay her rent.
Didn't pay her rent.
Well, get the hell out of the apartment. You didn't pay her rent.
But hold on a second. A guy, as somebody who's renting an apartment, we know the rules. You can't turn off the water. You can't do anything to force them out outside of the legal court dealings, meaning that I filed.
So what do you think your client, the landlord, was doing then? Harassing her to the point where she would just leave without being evicted?
I think possibly so. There's a lot of weird inferences in this case. The weird inference is she owed the rent. That's what the weird inference is. She puts the cameras up to catch people doing weird stuff in her apartment, which is also a very weird thing. I'm not quite sure. Now, I have some cameras in my apartment, but that's for my own self-pleasure. No, I'm kidding. No. I actually have some cameras that when I'm out that are motion detector.
Do you know
cameras.
Bubba the Love Sponge?
No, don't do that.
He
I know
had
you're going to the Hulk Hogan. I love Hulk Hogan.
He had cameras.
I love Hulk Hogan.
He had cameras.
Don't do it. It makes me sad.
Bubba had
It
cameras.
makes me. This is Hulk.
Bubba had
I was
cameras.
a big WWE guy. I can't do it.
You shouldn't have cameras in
can't
your
do it.
bedroom.
Not in the bedroom.
Okay, well, I don't know where in your apartment.
Now the weirdest thing is this one. His wife knew about the cameras too, though. That was the weird part about it. That's what it was reported. That everybody knew about the cameras other than Hulk.
Okay.
And I feel make me sad. But then Hulk got paid a ridiculous amount of money from Grindr. Not Grindr. What was the website?
Sued who?
Gawker. Gawker got sued.
They had a judgment like almost $1 billion.
You got to admit, with a name like Gawker, it kind of assumes you're doing bad stuff. I mean, the weird thing is this Gawker gets sued because they post this video and they refuse to take it off because it's getting so many hits. But I got to be straight with you. Gawker should not be surprised that they got sued, and it's in the name. Just saying. Just seems gawking seems like
a little providence.
Yeah.
Like God reaching down,
little
saying,
foreshadowing
hey, you know
of what's going to happen to you.
I'm gonna let you guys know what's coming in an offhanded way.
Okay.
The interesting thing is he made more money from being viewed on that video than he did
in the
WWE. I think his entire
Yeah,
career
yeah.
in the WWE.
Now, here's the hard part about this case. Before he moved all the videos, there's actually one of him going into the refrigerator, of him going through the windows.
Him, not Hulk Hogan. You're talking about the landlord in our case.
Landlord.
Okay.
Now, the question is this: opening a window, is it normal? You can say, yeah, it stunk in here. It was foul. I opened the refrigerator to make sure the refrigerator worked. I mean, if you would have taken some pudding out and got caught eating it.
Yeah, opening the refrigerator I don't think is a problem.
You know, it's all about what we consider our privacy. And I think we don't like. I live in a condo. I've got security. You know, it takes like 3 levels of security to get to me. I mean, do we have the right to feel safe in our own residence? And I think that's what she's arguing. And I hope she's not arguing it solely because she's late on her rent. I hope that's not the argument being made that we're going that, oh, I haven't paid my rent, but that you did this. You know, because the main duty.
It'd be interesting. Like if she might have a claim or a reason to withhold the rent if the landlord is violating the lease.
What, constructive eviction? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know what constructive eviction is. You have a right to certain things. For example, if I'm not able, quiet enjoyment is one of them. Let's say there's a leak and I can't use half the apartment. That's what they call a constructive eviction.
And landlords popping into your place randomly and not for the purposes stated on the lease would be an interference with that right of quiet enjoyment.
Wigged out I would be if I walked in and there was some dude just standing in my apartment. And I'm a dude. Forget if I'm a woman. If I walk in and I'm a dude.
Actually, technically, that could happen, right? You rent your condo.
Yeah.
So you could walk in
if they're doing a repair.
There could be a dude
for repair and
standing in your kitchen.
You know, I understand that you have to have that in a lease agreement because, you know, you want somebody to be able to fix something or deal with something. But it just opens the door to a lot of bad stuff later on. Because we've actually handled cases where maintenance guys have, you know, assaulted people. They've done terrible things. You know, we had an elevator case where some employee was, let's just say, doing bad stuff on elevators to females. You really can't trust the people that work for you. And when you sign that lease is also giving third parties access to your place. Whether it be an independent contractor working as a janitor or an air conditioned guy working there. And, you know, I don't know how to get around that.
You can feel safe once you get there and you check out the apartment and make sure you're the only one there. Because they have locks that you can put in that you can only open from the inside.
Okay.
They're the bars that you could put. So the door can't be opened. You have to be home to put the bar there.
So in this case scenario,
So
we're
you
looking at
could
this
feel
one.
safe in your own home if you took just one extra step or two to make it that way.
Final conclusion. Judge Lynd, they're pleading to the bench. This is going to the bench. How do you rule? What about her argument that they were entering her apartment multiple times that seemed unnecessary?
With moving the cameras, maybe trespass in that situation because you have no right to move someone else's camera.
So him picking up a camera and doing something that he's not supposed to do, he doesn't have rights to touch her property.
Well, yeah, he deprived her of the right of the peace of mind that she would get from the camera being at a particular angle. So that's something that he took from her, and he's not authorized to do that on the lease.
Okay, so trespass, criminal mischief, theft, because theft is just a temporary.
Yeah, but she got it back immediately, so I don't know.
Well, that's a temporary.
Yeah.
It could be for a second. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go with your ruling, Your Honor.
Trespass only.